see some wavy locks here. Charlie Puth joining us right now.
Hello,
Welcome.
everybody. I'm always amazed at how well you do that, Ryan. It's just boom, boom, boom. You're right. You're very good at that.
Thank you, my brother. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love being here. And over the years, we've had a chance to talk to you here. Gosh, has it been a decade now? I mean, how long do you think it's been since we started together?
Well, I believe, yes, it has been a decade. That flew by quickly. I saw that our first interview pop up on, like when you go on YouTube and you're not signed in, you'll see 10 years. I'm like, wow, that's what I looked like at 23. Yeah, so it's
Checks
been
out.
10 years.
Well,
Here's to the next
congratulations.
10.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We all saw the beautiful photos of your wedding. I love a great wedding, but I also love a great olive tree. And I think I saw some very ancient olive trees.
It's just my parents' driveway, which, funny enough, we actually took some scissors and cut a little branch off and put it in a frame so it surprisingly hasn't died yet. We'll have it forever in that picture frame.
That's
So
cute.
you and your wife Brooke, you known each other since kids, huh?
Yeah, our parents are best friends. Her father has known my father since the 3rd grade. I think both when they were 10 years old. Similar situation with our moms too. It's almost an arranged marriage, but it just isn't.
I was just gonna say that.
It's kind of a fairy tale scenario though, because one of the challenging things can be families getting along, and the fact that you had that automatic trust and love from the parental units is a real blessing, bro. I mean, that's a big deal.
It really is. I had this weird thought the other day of how my mind used to work. That's how I write songs. Tanya knows, I've talked to her about it too. I sit with my thoughts, and I thought, wow, I'm a lot different than I was at 26. I always had this weird notion that, like, in order for me to make art, for me to make a song, a TV show, what have you, and my life has to be like in turmoil. I have to just be like constantly traveling. It's yada, yada, yada. It's really nice to have a wife that supports you, and I support her, and I feel like my music's even better now, the stuff I'm working on now, and just everything is just lined up perfectly in my life. So I feel very creative.
It's like creative anxiety versus stabilization. And when you've got the stabilization and the roots in the ground, it's almost like you're freed up to be more creative in a way, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. You said it. You hit the nail right on the head.
Charlie Puth. Well, we love this show. We had a sneak peek of your show.
It is so good.
It's
called
absurd,
the Charlie
isn't it?
Puth Show. But that's what we love, and that's what we expect.
I love DJ Mustard. I love Kendrick. I think he's a genius, and that song bangs.
Bangs. I mean, but it's about a lot of lyrics in that track. You're a lyricist. You're a musician. You can. He could direct the Philharmonic. I mean, the guy has the skill to do it all. Right? I'm talking about
People,
you.
that song reminds me that people nowadays, everybody in what they want in their music is specifics, and people love to follow along with the storyline. Obviously, Taylor does that very well, but Kendrick does that very well too. There's little, what do they call them? I keep calling them ice cream. Yeah, there's a sophistication to rap again, and it's not like it ever went away. It's just it's modernized now, and I love that song. I never that song is like 9 minutes long. I never get sick of it.
All right, Charlie Puth is here. The man was born December 2nd, 1991. I wonder if he envisioned his life to go the way that it went. Now married, stabilized, more creative than ever. And he's got a show called The Charlie Puth Show, which we've had a chance. Thank you, Roku, for giving us a little early glimpse of this. But The Charlie Puth Show, how did you pitch it? Like, I know what the show is, but did you actually go in and pitch it like we're seeing it in a way?
Yeah, I've always wanted to make a show about my life in a kind of exaggerated way, kind of in comedy that's like very reminiscent of movies like Airplane and Leslie Nelson and The Naked Gun, and the absurdity, like borderline absurdity, but there's some truth to it. Like record label executives have actually said to me in the past that you have to be like this and you have to make music like this, and that happens in the show, but it's exaggerated,
right? More over the top.
It's got Larry David isms to it. I mean, it's got a cadence and a rhythm that is. I mean, it's scripted, loosely improvised. What's the hybrid of that?
Well, it's exactly as you described it, and the person who I was most impressed with, and one of the first scenes we shot were the scenes with Will Ferrell,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I he's a good friend of mine, and I told him right before we started filming, I was like, hey, so they gave you some bullet points. Don't feel like you have to read those. And he was like, I'm gonna read any of those. I'm not saying any. I'm not saying this. I'm like, got it. Let's just. It's kind of just like improvising, like a jazz record, just going off the cuff. And they cut out all the scenes of me just breaking character and laughing. He is so talented. The things that he was able to just come up with. I can't even, like, I was so impressed. There's shots of me going like,
just in awe.
And I'm just in awe. They made it seem like that was comedy, but that was me like, how is he thinking of that right now?
So Will Ferrell is in the premiere of the Charlie Puth Show,
Yeah.
which is a very hysterical look at the world of Charlie in a satire. Also, John Legend is also in that premiere. We love John. Now, Tanya has something, just to shift gears for a second. Tanya has something that's been on her mind that she wants to see if would be a new project for you. Tanya?
Okay.
Tanya, go ahead.
So I was reading your article about your wedding, and Brooke, your wife, said she was talking about your relationship and kind of how the invisible string of it all, how it was like not the right time until it was.
Hmm.
And I know you are a fan of Taylor Swift. Would you ever?
I knew this was.
It didn't take long to figure this one out, right?
Would you
Go
ever?
ahead.
Would you ever do some sort of like follow-up song to Invisible String? Because I feel like it's personal to you, and you would do such a good job with it.
I don't know. I think it's best to leave Invisible String as Invisible String because that song's inspired you and me and so many other people. But I definitely want to make a record and or a song that is kind of that has that heartbeat to it, has that spirit of it. And it's kind of what it's kind of like the album that I'm making now. I know it feels unusual to be talking about things other than music. With Ryan and company, but it is I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't mention that the record I'm working on right now will fill that hole, Tanya. So I think you'll be happy when you hear it.
Okay,
and
that's exciting.
when do you think the world gets some flavor of that album?
When when everything is good on the record label side, and I probably in technical terms, first quarter.
First quarter, yeah, good. Coming out of the ball drop, Charlie Puth with new music. He was there. He's been there for that too. Well, listen,
Ryan, congratulations on Wheel of Fortune, by the way.
Thank
That's
you.
so amazing.
Thank you.
What, legend. That's amazing.
I'm having the best time. It's so much fun. I mean, when you look up to artists, right, and then you get a chance to meet them or do something with them or step onto their stage. I mean, it's a similar thing for me and Pat, and this franchise has been around in people's homes forever. So I'm having a good time.
Those are big shoes to fill, my friend, and you are a natural. I was watching it, really enjoying it. That's the it's Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy for me. That's
Now we know what Brooke and Charlie do, 7 to 8. All right.
I know, really crazy here in Montecito.
Don't miss the Charlie Puth Show. New music coming, but the Charlie Puth Show. This is October 4th on the Roku channel. Brothers, so happy to see you. Thanks again for coming on, and we'll see you in person soon.
Absolutely. Thank you all for taking the time, as usual. I appreciate it.
Bye, buddy.
Bye. Good to see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I mean,
Do you think that we look like twins?
the
a little bit. If I
shirt.
take my glasses
The
off.
shirt he was wearing
I'm
was
like an
very
older-
Ryan
older-
Seacrest vibes.
Yeah,
I'm an
and you
older
you have a little scar on your eyebrow too, don't you?
I know. I was noticing that. His is a little bit more visible. Mine is
Right.
there.
Yours is there.
I don't know
Yeah.
what mine is. Yeah. Oh, this is-
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like looking in a mirror.
could Charlie Puth play me in the Charlie Puth Show?
Yeah, or you could play Charlie Puth in the Charlie Puth Show.
No, I think he plays older twin.